been a post about the electrification of farm equipment that's been making the rounds lately. I've seen it before, but it seems to be going around again. A few people have asked me about it, sent me private messages about it on my Facebook page, wanting to know my thoughts on it. So I thought, well, let's read it and do a video on it. So here we go. And it's one of these copy and paste Facebook posts, so you know those are always true when you just copy and paste it and people share it. So here we go. The one I got says, "This needs to go viral," all caps. For those of you that think electric vehicles are the answer, this is a true story from a farmer in the Midwest, and I'm reposting it. A close friend farms over 10,000 acres of corn in the Midwest. It's believable. The property is spread out over 3 counties. Okay. His operation is a partnership farm with John Deere. That could be a thing. They got to work with new products somewhere. They use the larger farm operations as demonstration projects for promotion and development of new equipment. Sure. He recently received a phone call from his John Deere representative, and they want the farm to go to electric tractors and combines in 2023. This was posted in August 2022. He currently has 5 diesel combines that cost $900,000 each that are traded every 3 years. Also, over 10 really big tractors. Now, if all 10,000 acres is corn all the time, maybe. 5 combines might be a lot for 10,000 acres. We do 2,500 with 1. We have neighbors that I'd say probably farm at least twice as much as us that do it with 1. Anyway, inflation, supply chain, whatever. Paid $900,000. If they're X9s, maybe $900,000 each. You paid too much. Trade every 3 years. That's totally feasible. 10 really big tractors. Okay. Seems like a lot of tractors. Anyway, JD wants him to go all electric soon. He said, "Okay, I have some questions. How do I change these combines? How do I charge these combines when they are 3 counties away from the shop in the middle of a cornfield in the middle of nowhere? How do I run them 24 hours a day for 10 or 12 days straight when the harvest is ready and the weather's coming in? How do I get a 50,000-pound combine that takes up the width of an entire road back to the shop miles away when the battery goes dead?" There was dead silence on the other end of the phone. Well, first of all, there was no phone. That phone call never happened. If Deere was going all electric next year, we would have been hearing about this for years and years and years, and battery technology would be a lot better than it is now. It's getting better. It's getting better quickly. Electric cars are coming, and I think ethanol might be in trouble, so farmers do need to pay attention to this stuff and not just write it off. And some of the electric stuff is pretty cool. Let's see. When the corn is ready to harvest, it has to have the proper sugar and moisture content. Well, one thing we never bring up when we're talking about corn is the sugar content. Not a thing. I mean, yeah, there's sugar, there's starches in corn, but yeah. Moisture, yes. Sugar, no. If it's too wet, it has to be put in giant dryers that burn natural or propane gas and lots of it. Yep. Harvest time is critical because if it degrades in sugar content, I don't know. No, the elevator doesn't dock you for sugar content or pay you extra for great sugar. It can drop the value of his crop by $500,000 or more. It's analyzed at the time of sale. Yeah, trucks are probed. Every truck that goes into the elevator is probed. It's standard procedure to run these machines 10 to 12 days straight, 24 hours a day at peak harvest time. Yeah, somebody might do that. When they need fuel, a tanker truck delivers it, and these machines keep going. John Deere's only answer is, "We're working on it." They're being pushed by the lefty Dems in the government to force these electric machines on the American farmer. They're not. It's just not happening. These people are out of control. They're messing with production of food crops to feed people and livestock, all in the name of their green dream. Look for the cost of your box of cornflakes to triple in the next 24 months. Okay, you know how they say the farmer pays retail for everything and sells everything at wholesale? Well, that's true. And the cost of your food at the grocery store, like the stuff I do, corn, soybeans, wheat, popcorn, the raw, unprocessed ingredients that we haven't value added to, it's like the least cost of your cornflakes. So that's the price of corn is not going to do that. And plus, if the farmer's equipment is expensive, he doesn't get to like demand a better price because we sell wholesale. But anyway, wake up, stand up, speak up. Let's return sanity to our nation. Copied and pasted. And now it's on, they used to, well, you can see it if you want to. There's a picture of a battery-powered John Deere tractor, which is a thing. I think they did in Europe a few years ago. They did like a 5R or 6R series tractor, I think, all electric. You got to start somewhere. Technology's not perfect right from the get-go. Return sanity to our nation, copied and pasted, but it's listed now as false information by the Facebook fact checkers. So yeah, you can press and see why. So really, just on the face of that post is a bunch of garbage. You can just ignore it. What I think would be cool, what I heard a guy talk about at a conference close to here last summer was, so trains, they are diesel electric hybrids. So talking about making this combine I'm in, a diesel electric hybrid. There's a guy you can follow. I know he's on TikTok. That's where I see him. Edison Motors. He's doing this same thing. He's got an old Kenworth, took the big diesel motor out of it, put in a smaller diesel motor, made it a diesel electric hybrid, like freight train. You could take this combine, put a smaller diesel motor in it, maybe instead of the 470 some horsepower it got, maybe I only need 300 horsepower, add electric motors to where that diesel motor generates the power for them, and you can eliminate all the hydraulics and all the rubber drive belts on this thing. Maybe it would weigh a lot less, you need less horsepower, you generate less heat. If we make some of these spinny and shaky things in the combine electrically controlled with electric motors, we probably have a lot finer control over all that stuff. So that could be interesting. So large farm equipment, no. There's no way it's going all electric anytime soon. It's not a thing. Is it something, Deere and other manufacturers are probably thinking about? Sure, why not? You're always pushing for more progress. But diesel electric hybrids, that could be coming. Actually, now that I think about it, like our tractor, our 8360R has an IVT transmission. John Deere is coming out with an EVT transmission, so it's like a infinitely variable transmission, but the E is electric, so it also generates power on the tractor. I'm thinking that's going to be tied to implements, because like their planters now are high voltage and have generators and PTOs. They're going to tie that into the tractor and eliminate some stuff is my guess on it. But anyway, you see this post going around. It's bunk. It's garbage. So there you have it.